These chubby guys couldn't give a damn about the stereotypes of a fighter's body.
Trying to swing his way out of it, back up. Right on top of his...
They devour every heavy punch like it's a snack, then mockingly tear apart massive jocks who think their muscles can crush fast food enthusiasts. Bodybuilders. Welcome to Boxing Space. Here we go. This insane Russian fighter, with the appearance of a terrifying ogre, is named Vyacheslav Datsyk. This crazy monster, nicknamed Red Tarzan, was raised in the toughest parts of Russia, bouncing between brutal knockouts in the ring and armed robberies, with plenty of prison time along the way.
Allowed violent criminals on the street.
And one day, the matchmakers paired Datsyk with another equally insane fighter, Geronimo dos Santos. The muscular giant from the favelas earned the nickname Chef for drenching his victims' faces in bloody sauce and turning them into medium-rare steaks. At the press conference before the fight, cocky Dos Santos tried to intimidate Datsyk like King Kong, but little did he know, the Russian bear's madness was on an entirely different level. Even during the stare-downs, these fighters put on a true show, and for dessert, they had a savage battle planned for the audience. Right from the beginning, Datsyk made it clear to the Brazilian jock that in the wild, only the strongest survive. Dos Santos managed to get up, thinking he had a chance, but the pudgy madman quickly buried all of the Brazilians' hopes. In the end, Datsyk completely crushed the giant's confidence, forcing him to cowardly surrender. Chris Huggy Bear Barnett, the most eccentric fat guy in gloves, known for earning bonuses for the best performance of the night just because of his wild celebrations. One day, the pumped-up tattoo artist's draft, Jay White, boldly stepped up to challenge the seemingly harmless, chubby guy.
So that may show a little bit of discipline issues on his end.
Steroids are harmful to health, but for White, they went straight to his brain. The cocky musclehead charged at Barnett, throwing punches without a second thought.
He misses with the right. Now he comes in, he's willing to exchange, and now the big guys go.
In response, Huggy Bear lived up to his name, locking his opponent in a deadly embrace.
To get inside and do some nice counter-punching tonight, but you're right, it's a different White.
Barnett gave the cocky White a brutal lesson, sending him into a painful slumber for his arrogance.
Some trouble at the moment, trying to swing his way out of it, back up. Right on top of his Barnett. Barnett's finished it.
FC, Chris, Beast Boy, Barnett!
Meet Bekjan Bakirov, the guy who went from delivering food to throwing punches in the MMA cage. From the very start, his opponent was a towering, muscle-bound fighter, forged among the most dangerous warriors of Chechnya, a man called Aliskan. The giant underestimated his opponent, thinking he'd easily send Bakirov to the ICU, but karma delivered a quick and brutal package from the chubby courier.
Тот человек, который не будет сдаваться точно и будет драться до конца.
Что он и делает, пытается даже зарубить.
Как уже сказали, большое потомство прошлого. Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой.
Bakirov showed no mercy, humiliating the jock over and over, sending his bulky body crashing to the ground to scrub the floor. In the end, the fat guy publicly humiliated the cocky giant, transforming himself into a delivery man for corpses.
Bakirov Bekjan из красного угла.
Meet Io Rajale, the living reincarnation of the Dragon Warrior. Despite his size, the made-in-China chubby guy mercilessly tore through every opponent, becoming an unbreakable wall for the heavyweights. But Bob Sapp, the terrifying steroid-fueled monster, was standing in his way. The wild beast, fueled by aggression, knew no mercy, even breaking the rules in the dirtiest ways. Before the fight, the steroid-fueled rat didn't take the chubby Chinese guy as a real threat and tried to scare him, but he quickly got a taste of the Kung Fu threat method in response.
It's the Beast versus Aurigala. Changsha, China. Road FC 32, July 2nd.
The bell rang, and the musclehead quickly realized that landing a hit on the chubby guy was harder than lifting weights, while Aurigale mockingly danced in front of the filthy Bob.
그렇군요. 야, 라이트. 자, 서로 펀치를 걸고 멈춰 펀치로 하시게. 팝샷. 자, 여기에.
The Dragon Warrior charged at Sap with brutal force, executing a merciless deodatization and transforming the giant jock into a total laughingstock in the fight world.
고개를 숙이면서 대응을 했는데요. 상대를 좀 보면서 대응을 해야 될 것 같은데. 네네. 자, 오른쪽으로. 라이트. 팝샷. 지나가고 있습니다. 이분은 뭐 팝샷이 경기를 거의 포기하면서 오른쪽으로의 승리입니다.
Eric Esch, aka Butterbean, is the face of the chubby fighters, splitting his time between the boxing ring and buffets.
Opponent in front of him can nail him a little bit, like Funmaker.
The chubby guy effortlessly defeated professional fighters in the ring, winning the hearts of millions of viewers and proving that this is what a true athlete should look like.
Right now, it's just a sideshow. Big ripping shots by Butterbean. Down goes Lindecker.
Years passed, and the aging Eric Esch became a mere shadow of his former self, leaving the boxing ring for the MMA cage. In 2007, the veteran was used as a stepping stone for the Hungry Lion, James the Colossus Thompson.
Unless I pulled open guard. When I say stop,
The Colossus, with his terrifying physique and equally intimidating gaze, was supposed to steamroll his chubby opponent.
He's covering up well.
But apparently, before the fight, Butterbean forgot to fuel up on spicy wings, which triggered his fierce hunger. How else could you explain the veteran's savage attack on the colossal titan?
He's probably going to use his left jab a lot because that's a big if, and I think that there it is. There you go. There it is. Oh, that's about it. I mean, that's about it. Butterbean has done it. Thompson still looking for the takedown.
In the end, Butterbean wiped out the overconfident jock, showing that his cholesterol armor was far stronger than any muscle. This New Zealand madman devours punches like their lunch, only to then ruthlessly claim his opponent's souls. Mark Hunt, the Samoan miracle, became the top supplier of bodies to the K1 morgue with his deadly fists. At the turn of the century, he faced his toughest challenge yet, Jerome Le Banner.
Success there, Nathan, so his hand skills are going to be looking.
The fearless gladiator of today, with the physique of a Greek god and no room for the word surrender in his vocabulary, rose to become one of the most elite legal executioners. The French Tower was already a kickboxing legend, while Hunt had just switched from bar brawls to the ring. Fans packed the Tokyo Dome, waiting for the Samoan's burial. With a massive size advantage and his long-range strikes at the ready, Lee Banner was already preparing his victory banner. The Super Samoan's warrior spirit wouldn't let the chubby guy give up. Throwing his game plan away, Hunt started a wild hunt for the Frenchman. The jock was shocked by the chubby guy's determination, and after taking a barrage of lightning-fast punches, he turned and fled in desperation. In the end, Hunt mercilessly knocked out the Titan with a punch that's not for the faint of heart. This giant Mr. Muscle from the kingdom struck terror into the hearts of the entire royal division, and his name was Anthony Joshua, the boogeyman of the ring. The elite of boxing ran from the undefeated knockout king, forcing AJ to face the little-known Mexican chubby guy, Andy Ruiz, who was considered nothing more than a high-calorie breakfast for the superstar.
They're trying to stay loose, and here we go, round number 1.
In the third round, the Brit had already sent the taco lover crashing to the floor, and as they were getting ready to bury the prospect, the chubby fighter rose like a phoenix from the ashes and went all in.
Ruiz mixes it up, good uppercut and a hook, puts Ruiz down. Wow, that was fast from Joshua.
The cocky jock thought victory was in his pocket, but Ruiz stunned everyone, teaching the Titan a lesson in gravity.
Ruiz is staggered and an uppercut, trying to hold on, strafing right. Ruiz comes to fire back, and Joshua's hurt. Oh, Joshua goes down.
What was supposed to be a walk in the park turned into a marathon, with Ruiz making the giant run in fear around the ring.
And I don't think Anthony Joshua thought Andy Ruiz would be able to stand up to that assault.
In a desperate attempt to placate the chubby killer, Joshua tried to hug him out, but Ruiz saw through the dirty tactics and kept up the brutal torture of the champion.
One punch, and that was at the very end. Oh, that hook, almost landing in the right hand from Ruiz, and now a barrage. The champ's in trouble, and down he goes.
In the end, Ruiz pulled off one of the greatest upsets in boxing history, showing the world that willpower is stronger than muscle.
For an overhand right here, Brian. Joshua with the hard jab, trying to answer, but he's shaking, he's down again. Wow, tired, I think he wants out. That's it. He says that's it. Andy Ruiz is the
Bruce Jr.
So, friends, we've shown you that even the seemingly harmless and talentless chubby guys can destroy intimidating and overconfident jocks.
Trying to swing his way out of it, back up. Right on top of his Barnett.
If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. This was Boxing Space. Catch you next time.